At the far end of Camelot Island, you'll see orange markers around an inlet where boats can moor. If the weather's nice, I guarantee this anchorage will be crowded with sailboats, outboards, canoes, any kind of vessel you can name. People come here to swim, sun themselves, barbecue on the back of their boat, and generally live it up. It's like a resort with no motels, casinos, or shopping malls. Just sunshine, fresh air, and clean water. No swim-up bars either. But you can always paddle over to your neighbor's boat and ask for a beer. UNESCO recognizes the Thousand Islands as a unique natural environment. Unique places attract unique people with their own way of doing things. Another side of the Thousand Islands worth preserving. Some visitors don't want to stay at the same island, so they rent houseboats and sail from one Parks Canada site to the next. Their vacation home is wherever they drop anchor. Bird watchers gather in the Thousand Islands to see some of the same birds you might spot today, like the great blue heron. You'll usually see herons along the shoreline, fishing. These graceful blue, gray, and white birds are almost as tall as you are. Also, watch for slender, hawk-like birds with hooked bills swooping down to catch fish. Those are ospreys, also called fish hawks. When you see them from below, their long, narrow wings have a kink in them so that they look like a letter M. Ospreys' wings are brown and black, with a white belly and head, along with thick brown stripes through the eyes. If you see a flock of blackbirds with yellow bills flying low over the water, those are the double-crested cormorants. They're related to pelicans. Many islanders can't stand them. Sometimes colonies of them take over islands, big, stinky nests. Smaller one on the port side, and Bostwick Island on the starboard. Watch for the cottage on the port side. You can practically look in the windows. The gap between Indiana and Bostwick Islands is like a gateway into the heart of the Admiralty Group, the cluster of islands where my grandparents built our family cottage. Right now, we're sailing down the water. water. There's plenty of open space for fortunate people who live there year-round. My Irish ancestors helped clear Howe Island for farmland back in the 1800s. Take your bike over there and ride around. You'll see just how rural this whole area used to be. You can still experience the peaceful lifestyle of my childhood by renting one of the island's beautiful little houses or cottages. We'll be passing more of the green and white Parks Canada signs as well as some boat docks on Aubrey Island and Mermaid Island. They'll be off the starboard bow. There's a huge demand for real estate in the Thousand Islands. So why does the Park Service keep so many islands off the market? Because this natural environment has worldwide significance. The United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, has designated the Thousand Islands part of the Frontenac Arch Biosphere Reserve. The Frontenac Arch is an ancient granite ridge that creates a natural bridge between the Canadian Shield and the Adirondack Mountains in New York. The Mohawk called it the Bones of the Mother. On many of the islands, you can walk from moist, shady slopes where northern species grow to a hardwood forest that's typically found much farther south. The Thousand Islands are rich in biodiversity, including over 40 species at risk. Most people around here want the islands to stay just as they are. They're the heritage that we're leaving for future generations. wasn't an accident. The Park Service scheduled a controlled burn on Camelot Island. That may strike you as odd. Aren't they supposed to preserve the forest, not burn it up? The explanation has to do with two plant species on Camelot Island. Evergreen trees called pitch pines and a flowering shrub called the deerberry. Both are rare in Canada. The Thousand Islands is one of the few places they grow wild. They have other My brother and I grew up on Dad's water taxi. We delivered propane and equipment, picked up customers' mail and groceries, and ferried them to the islands when their boats were out of commission. We'd pull out of Gananoque every morning at 8:30. At noon, we'd head back, grab some hamburgers, and keep working until 5 o'clock. Sometimes we take tourists on our own personal tour of the islands. I got pretty good at answering questions. Almost everybody asked if there are really 1,000 I leave nothing behind. If we forget to buy something in Gananoque, we do without it. As long as we have food, bathing suits, and a stack of board games for those long summer evenings, we're set. The cottage has no air conditioning or heat, but who needs that? My grandparents made do with kerosene lamps and cooking over an open fire.
Yeah, it's very nice house.
Once I helped Dad deliver a pipe organ, Half Moon
Look at
Bay.
this big kayakers there.
It's a cove on the far side of Bostwick
Yeah,
Island,
that's wonderful.
which is on our starboard side. For over a century, islanders have been gathering in Half Moon Bay for non-denominational summer services and weddings.
Wow.
The congregation sits in their boats, so it's a floating service in a natural cathedral. You might ask how they powered that organ. The Admiralty group gets electricity from cables along the bottom of the river. If you like, you can watch television out here every evening. But I usually news that comes around and does that for us. We call it the honey barge. Owning real estate here is still a privilege, and I'll do whatever it takes to keep the Thousand Islands clean and healthy. After all, they belong to the world. Look for a stylish A-frame cottage on Stone's Throw Island. It's so close to the river you could open a window, jump right in. Just past Stone's Throw, there's a rocky little island. Sometimes it looks deserted, while others it's brimming with activity. It has a barbecue, a deck, and a pier. We call that Rent Me Island, because the owner rents it out to visitors. Who needs a cottage when you can just pitch a tent? The elegant summer place on the little island with the lovely footbridge is called La Vignette. Family members often wave at us or head up onto the bridge to do a little dance. It's become a bit of a tradition that started many years ago and continues whenever a tour boat passes. Another one of those traditions passed from generation to generation. La Vignette also has two flagpoles. One generally flies the red and white maple leaf flag of Canada, but the other flag changes constantly. If there's one up today, do you recognize it? The family has a huge collection, and they love challenging us to identify them. Our captains have a guidebook with flags of the world, but even they get stumped sometimes. It's an old Thousand Islands tradition, like kids gesturing for the captain to toot the ship's horn. You might think the islanders would present you with sailing through their backyard. They welcome us with open arms.